in 9 months of 2024. Cardoso. All of those are on the Vanguard newspaper. On the Daily Times, Deputy Speaker celebrates SEDC Board Chairman Wogu at 60. Court fixes February 5 to hear NNPC Limited's objection against Dangote Refinery. Don't forget we had that case in court. There is also ex-governor Yahaya Bello trial. Property developer refunds Bello Ohiani's 550 million naira payment to EFCC, witness tells court. And police arraign Sowore for calling Igbetokun illegal IG. And in Showere's fashion, just yesterday I was watching him after court proceedings, and he said it again, and he said it emphatically. I'm saying it again, it's an illegal IG. I'm like, okay, all right. Well, I'm pretty sure he knows why he's saying what he's saying, and there's what he knows that we don't. So let's see how it goes. It's supposed to appear in court again for the judgment, because the judgment has not been given. So we'll wait and see how it goes. This one says Wike sponsored Bala's governorship election, but got betrayed. Dogara reveals untold story. Okay. Accolades reign as Wike's intervention revives school for gifted. Gwagwalada. That's also on the Daily Times newspaper. So you can check all of those out. Let's go to the Punch and see what's happening on the Punch newspaper quickly here. It says PDP crisis. Stakeholders demand Wike Bauchi governor truce as governors meet today. High Prep awards 300 Ogoni Indigenes postgraduate scholarships. And this one, South Africa, Rwanda clash over DR Congo conflict. CBN policies prevented 42.81% inflation in 2024. Cardoso. I've always said this, I'm not saying it's bad, but this, I think this is a policy. How am I going to do it? How am I going to say it? Any gains that we seem to get in our economy is largely because of, money policies, not basically because we injected something new into our system or economy. It's not like, we said, we're now producing massively agriculture, we're exporting this and we made money from this. Or we're producing this more and it helped to reduce the cost of this. It's never because of these things. It has always been, the CBN decide to one monetary policy or the other that they tweaked here and there, and then we get a certain decrease or we get a small win and everybody feels like, we are good. And then tomorrow, market forces comes in and maybe international market policies and all of that, and everything changes. We just hope that we get it right. I'm not in the financial market. I'm not a banker, but I basically know that if you produce and you reduce importation and you produce sufficiently locally, it will go a long way to transform any economy in the world. 0817-923-0007. 0817-923-0007. You can also call 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0003. Just get to us on any of those numbers this morning. We are streaming on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. So yes, go like the page, join the live stream. Keep your comments as short and simple as possible, straight to the point, and we'll have a good time. All right, let's see some of your messages. I think we begin with what we have on Facebook. Jefetibekwe. Most of the cases pending in the Supreme Court are mainly constitutional matters, and the Supreme Court is not expected to amend the Constitution. Tamono Dagogo says, if the NLC indeed boycotts GSM networks and embark on the protest, if the police arrest some of them, especially at the state level, Unfortunately, that's too long. Chijioke is practically doing nothing. Where's the empowerment? Or it's this so-called aid that's the human capital development. This is absolute nonsense. Sunday as well. I think referring to the council chairman of Ebiakpo. If he's the one you're referring to, you should please address it properly, all right? It's laughable to see people that refuse to criticize the former governor for appointing units SC and not criticizing Honorable Chijioke Nwo. Clever, Sonny. You made a point, because towards the end of the FCT minister's term as governor, we saw how many thousand essay to essay to essay to essay. And people said it was empowerment. People said, yes, empowerment is employment is, yeah, that's true. What can I say? Something I saw online, some of the politicians and followers of some of the political leaders and how they talk. It just tells you why Rivers State is where Rivers State is. And we're just going to have more psychophans than we're going to have people that would be realistic with what they say about the development of the state. Suspension of HIV/AIDS drugs distribution by the US government should be a wake-up call to our government. Some people would now come and blame America and Trump. I don't think you should. If you have a problem in your country, why are you not funding to stop the problem? Why are you waiting for America to? And America is at a point where it feels it has to gather every resources available and take care of its people first. When it is done taking care of its people, then it might not consider lending a hand, because the inflation is everywhere. Didn't you hear? So if you have this problem in your country, how much is invested in research by the Nigerian government to come up with medicines and do all of this? Because we're being spoon-fed by some of these countries around the world. In Africa, we have not really invested so much, except a few people, South Africa, one of them, that are trying to, break grounds in these areas. Dogara should be ashamed of himself by displaying himself as crisis entrepreneurs. How does Wike play the role he said he played for Bola Mohammed without EFCC invitation? Ogu Ojone Justice. Lorenzo Delight says, Christian Williams, I stand with NLC. Indeed, increasing of tariffs by this time is not fair. Alaris Pip says, I concur with the statement credited to Professor Wolu. Truly, judiciary is to blame over the political crisis in Rivers State, says Alaris Pip. Tango Ability says, continuous crisis in PDP has proven that Damagun has no capacity to resolve this crisis. So Kuduli says, Amechi to Nigerians, Tinubu won't give you power. Is Amechi still a member of APC? Of course he is. I was watching him on that panel while he was speaking as well. It's not like he said, he was directly saying Tinubu wouldn't give you power. He was, what he said is what the truth is now. Sometimes I don't know. What he said is perfect. Power is not given, it's taken. If the people do not get up, wake up and stand and what is right and say it is right, see what is wrong and say it is wrong, regardless of whether you are following this person or that person, we would always remain here, full stop. That is basically what the message he was trying to pass, including himself, because he did not exclude himself. So if people are following him and they see that the thing he's saying and doing is also wrong, you do not now say because he's your leader, you will not talk, you will not be doing, because overall, it's going to affect the state and the people in it. And the people in it include your friends, your cousins, your nieces, your nephews. You might get some small millions that period because you are being loyal to a leader. But you do not see how that your millions cannot save everybody. If you succeed in getting millions alone to save yourself and your family, the road, your child will drive on that road, another person feed German because the road no good. So there's a way we should think if we want to do the right thing. Blessed Allah says, anybody against Ambassador Chijioke Nwo appointment is an enemy of Rivers State because there's a lot of unemployment in the state. Yes, there is, but there are better ways to create employment. I said this thing during the FCT minister's time while he was governor. Well, these are our PSA. At the time, the FCT minister also said Julius Berger, all these flyovers. Okay, now that the flyovers were done and everybody goes, those people lose their jobs. That's what it means. That is not work. Let's not engage people. Why is it hard for us to have factories? Is it difficult for council chairmen? How hard it is if Obiakpo and Falga say, let's come together. Let's look at how we can put up even to produce cellophane, nylon bag, nylon paper bag, or plastic industry, plastic cup, plastic bowl, plastic. Or I wouldn't want to promote the brand, but I don't have to. Water tanks. Okay, I think that's the best way to put it. Water tanks. Who is producing? Can we not produce water tanks in Rivers State? How hard can that be to set up a factory that produces the popular GP tank you call? How hard are these things? You have the funds, you are in power, you have. So how hard is it that people are not thinking? Slippers, rubber slippers. Why? a factory, okay, for shoes. There are just a lot of things that are so on the floor. I've not started talking about things that are way up there. These are. Let's go to the phone lines, I beg. 0817-923-0002. All these many essays and PAs. Yet, if you want to talk to council chairman, you want to interview political officers, I'm busy. But you have essay. Why can't your essay come? You have PA. Why can't your PA come? You have special advisor on this. Why can't they come? You have CPS. Why can't they come? So what is their work? Is it that they don't know their work or don't know how to do the job, or they were just answering the name essay to the PA? Man. Well, it's not because the appointments are bad, but come, let's think of it and tell ourselves the truth as well. Let's go to Rumigbo. JJ, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Yes, go on.
Andrew, our people say something that a yam well cooked is very sweet. But what will you be eating before the yam done? Yes, they are prepared to create industry, create this, create that. You know the whole thing. You know the other time, the FCT minister, when he was governor, they said, look at their faces, it dry well. I don't know if you remember that matter. And he created 200,000 SAs. Chidoke Unwo just did how many? People are just shouting. Well, people must eat while you're cooking this whole thing for them. They will not die. And people...
JJ, that was the same thing that was said when the FCT minister was governor and 200 people were appointed. Where the thing when they cook, it never stayed done.
People will continue to talk. There's no two ways about it. Riwama has one resident to adhere to time for disposal of refuge. Please, adhere to the time. If not, police are there. Conclusively, the PDP crisis, I think the PDP need to do the right thing. Especially Damagun that has not been able to take a decision hiding under some people in Abuja. I think it needs to be kicked out immediately. If not, there will be no peace. If they are accusing the APC is doing their own thing to push into their own side to make sure they are not stable.
All right, let's go to Omuma. Chubike is on the line. Good morning, Chubike.
Good morning, Andrew. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yes, Andrew. An activist lamenting on the political crisis. See, there is no problem. Everybody should hold his or her peace. I think Supreme Court is to hear about that matter on 10th of this February. I think it's a high time the court will tell us the decision and the position of River State. Everybody should settle down, shift your sword, hold your peace, or the court decides the way about. Whether left or right, we will know. So we should not be putting more fire on, putting more kerosene on the fire. Let everybody relax, cool down, and watch the outcome of the decision of the Supreme Court. That is where everybody people will stand. Then on the issue of United States banning the distribution of retroviral drugs, Andrew is not a welcome development. Because then too, they should get ready to have a massive barrier. The whole countries, including Nigeria, should get ready to have a massive barrier because them saying that they are not going to distribute retroviral drugs is a problem.
No. They did not say they will not distribute. The U.S. is a major donor of funds, all right, for the distribution of those drugs. Now, Donald Trump is saying they are withdrawing that money that they usually donate for now. So that's
a negative effect.
So it's going to affect the quantity of the drugs that is being distributed. It's going to affect a lot of other things about the distribution of that drug.
Yes, that is the area I'm going. It's going to affect us. Those of us that are into medical line, we know the effects. Even in the rural area here in Ongma local government, we know how we have been managing to sustain the retroviral effect of here. The people that have been infected. So please, I ask everybody to relax. We are going to see the end. It is going to end this year, and the River State to have its peace. Thank you, and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. Promise. Good morning from Gokana.
Yes, good morning. Yeah, there are concerns we are raising, and I think it's very important that at this time, Nigerians and diverse people begin to understand that money has been sent back to the local economy, which is the local government. You know, we pay so much attention on the federal government and state government and we know that so much money is not at the local government, where development is supposed to reach the people directly. Do you understand? You see, a local government like Obiakpo is the second richest local government in Nigeria, if I'm not mistakenly. The rate of amount they generate in that local government is equivalent to some state funds. And as such, we expect that local government like that should do something that will create local economy. The same money you're paying these people as SAs and all that could be used to create a job opportunity, and this same opportunity will not pay them back. So at the same time, we are making the economy to grow, because the subsidy, I keep saying it, affect the whole Nigerians and put money to local government. And we must divide the means to ensure that this local government chairman live up to expectations. Otherwise, we will continue to cry in this country, calling the presidency to do this and do that, not knowing that the money is already at our corner.
All right, thank you very much. Unfortunately, you exhausted the time. I don't think money has always been coming to local government. Let's clarify that first. It's not. They just changed the mood now. Come direct. It used to come, but it was coming indirect. Ida from Nkoro, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes.
I want to talk about the analyst statement this morning. There is no crisis in Rivers State, which I know. And the Supreme Court, I believe, has the right judgment. But the one that is bringing problems is those 27 assembly members who defected from PDP to APC. I see the pictures every year, social media every year. When people are doing the wrong thing, the wrong time. So their children are asking them questions. Daddy, what are you doing in the house? So that's actually when they go out, they'll go and pass one law, do one thing or the other. So 10th of February, which I know, Supreme Court will be writing at the right time.
All right.
Thanks.
Frank from D-Line, good morning.
Good morning, you hear me? Let me go to our in-house news, where my local government chairman, Honorable Ikolo, promised to inaugurate 80 projects in Akota West. It's a good one. I want to thank my local government chairman for what he's doing in Akota West. That is my own local government. I'm happy. I'm not with him, but what he's doing, he has won my heart. And I want to appeal to him that my own community of Potabo, who have been in darkness for how many years now, for more than 4 years, please come to our aid. Thank you, and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. Unfortunately, Temple from Eche, we don't have enough time to take your call. We have to move on for a commercial now. Milka Monde says, I hope Chijioke Nhunwo can control and disarm the security outfit he's created after he's left office. Kingsley Aboyo says, Chairman of Obiakpo Council is doing well. After the criticism, he will keep flying. Another one here says, I think the main reason for appointing over 200 SAs is basically to oversee and keeping running his ongoing projects within the local government areas. All right. We're not saying it is bad, but we can do better. Good morning.